Hi guys, hello, and I'm just doing a quick video. I can't tell you how long it's going to be, but this video is going to be on my thoughts on the omnipod. Um, and let's get started. So, in the beginning of June, I started on the. I didn't start on the omnipod, but I did do my training like the end of June, and the trainer was very happy that I knew everything from start to finish, how to put the insulin in the pod, how to. I already set the media up before I even started the training. I was able to, do all the steps one by one. It was simple, and my trainer even said you get an A+ because I do all of my reviews online and my research before I start on a new product. Sorry about that. There's a message that popped up on my phone. Anyway, now I've been on the Omnipod for close to almost 6 months, and you know what? I'm loving it better than my Medtronic pump, which I was on before I started it. I think it was the 630G, if I'm right. If I'm not right, I'm sorry about that. I got a lot of stuff that I've been thinking about, so my brain might not be working right now. But I was on the if it's the right 630G, the Medtronic. That was the last pump I was on before I switched to the Omnipod, and that's why I said I will never go back to tubing pumps because this has been a dream come true to me. I noticed that it's tubeless, it's waterproof. It also I didn't have to worry about disconnecting it when I took a shower with the 630G Medtronic. I always would have to disconnect it when I took a shower and suspend it. With this, I don't have to suspend it, do nothing. I can just go ahead, take my shower, get dressed, and the pod is still on. And the other thing I like about it is that it's pain-free. Basically, when I first inserted, I felt like nothing, but most of the time I would just feel a pinch, and that pinch would be like not real, like with my other pump, I can actually feel the needle going into my skin, and it really hurted me. But let me tell you this, I'm not trying to gross anybody out, but that's a part of life. Everybody, when they get cuts, they can bleed, or fall, get a bad scratch or scrape can bleed, but my leg used to bleed like crazy when I was using the tubing pump. That's why I wanted to get off of it, because I can feel the needle going into my skin, and it would hurt me really bad that I just didn't know what else to do, because then that means I could not use that pump. I would have to change the tubing and do it and put a new one in again, and at a different site. Like I said, since I switched to the Omnipod, I'm loving it. I love the case. My trainer gave me a free case the next time I came to do like a follow-up appointment. And I love pink. She gave me a pink case to put on it. And of course it comes with a black case, but now I have the pink case on. And I'll never go back to no tubing pumps. So the other thing I want to let you guys know, I am getting my Dexcom G6. I am very happy about that. I'm currently using a G5, but again, with the G6, I noticed that the receiver is touchscreen. And the device is supposed to be painless. I don't know if that's painless or not. I haven't tried it yet. I'll come back later on and do a review on the Dexcom G6. Once I've been on it for a little while, I'll come and do a review. But again, I'm happy about that. That it has shipped today, and it should be getting to me in about 1 or 2 days, approximately. So, I'm happy with life. Being type 1 diabetic has been always difficult, but since I got on these devices, it's made my life a lot easier. I'm loving this pump. I'm getting on the Dexcom G6. I'm happy about that. I can't wait to start on that. And I'm trying to think what the difference. Oh, the difference I noticed with the Dexcom G6 is that you don't have, it's 10 days instead of 7 like the G5. And that there's no calibration needed. Now, you still will need to calibrate, because if you feel like the number that is telling you is not what you think your sugar is, you still might need to calibrate. But if the meter reading matches up with the Dexcom's reading, then you know that it's close, then it's about right. Now, my next thing is I'm going to try to get the Freestyle Libre. Now, you're probably going to say, well, why are you wearing 3 different devices when you got the Dexcom G6? I'm going to answer your question on that right now. The reason why I'm getting the Dexcom G6 Plus, I'm going to be wearing the Freestyle Libre if my insurance approve it. They did not approve it, but I think my doctor is trying to get them to approve it. I'm going to tell you the answer to why I'm going to be wearing 3 different devices. One, I have neuropathy. I went like 2 months ago to a neurologist, found out I had nerve damage. My hands don't work like they used to. I'm not able to hold stuff anymore. My fingers are real numb half the time. So it's been a long journey for me with that. It took so long for me to see a doctor about that, and I'm just truly happy that I'm able to still do the things I do. But that's why I'm getting the Freestyle Libre, because it's supposed to be to prevent to do finger sticks. Now again, with these different devices, you still have to use the meter to find out what your exact blood sugar reading is. If you hear that noise, excuse me, that's my Dexcom G5. It's alerting me, but I'll get to that in a minute. No matter what device you have, whether it's the G6 or the Freestyle Libre, sometimes those numbers are not accurate. So to double check to make sure your sugar is what that is saying, you still have to test it. But even though I might want to be using that, I still will test it only if I'm not sure if my sugar is matching what I think it's saying on both devices. Then I might test it. Otherwise, if I think they both are the same numbers and they all match up, like for like maybe 3 days straight, if I notice they're matching up, then I won't have to test it, and then I could go by what that's saying. But I'm still, the meter is always going to be an accurate blood sugar number, not what's on the Freestyle Libre and not what's on the Dexcom G6. You still got to test it no matter what to make sure that your sugar is just what you think it's supposed to read. So I also will do a review on that if I get it in it. I'm hoping they will approve it, because I'm not able to. It's hard for me to test it. And the thing I don't like about the G5, you still got to calibrate it every 12 hours. And because of my hands, I'm pricking them so bad. I've been pricking my fingers over 30-something years, and my fingers have gotten worse. So it's very difficult for me right now. But again, I just want to do a video and share with you guys about with the omnipod. I'm loving it. I'm thinking about getting some adhesive patches for it on Amazon, and maybe those stickers that you could put on it to decorate it. And then I also might get some patches for the G6 to help it to stick longer. And also I noticed with the Freestyle Libre, you can wear that 14 days. And if you're a Dexcom user, you qualify to get the e-reader to that free of charge. Long as you have a doctor's prescription, I guess they will let you get it if your insurance cover it. I'm praying my insurance will at least cover it. And that's about it, and that's all I gotta say. And the other thing I want to let you guys know, if anybody was still recycling their omnipod, the omnipod company is not accepting anymore pods to be recycled anymore. They said that, and if you still have those blue bags that came in a kit, you could still mail them out. But if not, they said a lot of people's been throwing them in the garbage, or either throwing them in a recycle container if you have one. So I was able to send out my 50 pods once I filled the bag, and then that's when they told me that you cannot recycle them no more. So people are throwing them in the garbage or putting them in a recycle bin or container, whatever it is. But if you want to actually know, you could call Omnipod yourself, but that's what I heard lately. They're not taking no more of those. They're not taking recycle. You cannot recycle them no more and send it to them. They're not doing that. You would have to just throw them away if you done with it, or either recycle it yourself and throw it in a recycled container. No, I hate to see to throw it away, but there's nothing I can do. That's what they said. So again, please comment. Sorry about that. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Look out for the video on the Freestyle Liberator. If I get that, and the Dexcom G6. Have a wonderful week. I hope to see y'all again soon. Please subscribe to my channel. Look for more upcoming videos. And love y'all. I'm out. Peace.